I'm getting old. That's just part of life. One thing I always said consistently throughout the years is that I don't think I'll ever have kids. Why? It's because I don't feel like I have the patience for children. I'm not gonna lie. When kids are around, I get annoyed. If I'm like at a store or a restaurant and some kid is talking really loud, because kids do talk really loud or start acting like kids, I get annoyed. I'm just not a fan. Now, is that fair? When I was a kid, I acted the same. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that they can't be kids. Kids can't be kids, but I just can't imagine doing that full time as a father. I actually dated a girl who had like two kids. One was black and the other one was white. So I don't really know what happened there besides she told me she had two different baby daddies. So that probably explains it, right? One kid was crispy black and the other kid was ghost white. So she didn't tell me she had kids when I was dating her until I figured it out myself, because she kept going on these long, depressing rants about like she's going through a lot with her life and these responsibilities. And I would ask for details like, what do you don't have a job? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what responsibility? Like, I just want to know, okay? Like, so she never wanted to be specific during the rants. But with the information provided, right, when I would get some information out of her, I figured out what it was. And I asked her, and she confirmed. That's when she told me she had two kids. One baby daddy was in prison. The other one was like in Jamaica somewhere. So she's here in New York taking care of two kids, no baby daddies to be found. One is in Rikers Island, the other one's far in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? I actually really liked her, but it was very short-lived, right? Maybe like 3 weeks we were dating. Good thing I didn't end up becoming the third baby daddy. You feel me? Imagine a baby Aku walking around. I don't know about that. That would be wild. So I told my mom about her, and she was like, leave as soon as possible. Like, my mom wasn't feeling it. So here's the thing, right, about baby mama and baby daddy drama. I seen an article today mentioning Elon Musk welcomes 14th child. Now, this is interesting to me because this kind of confirms the speculation I had. First of all, I don't think anybody watching this video or listening knows Elon Musk as a person, so let's not pass judgment with that. But this tells me something. I find it interesting that I've seen women and men judge single baby fathers and single baby mamas, right? And people will consider that as an additional burden or responsibility if they date that individual, end up being a stepfather or stepmom, eventually at least. Listen, if you date someone who has a kid for maybe a long period of time, eventually you're going to end up meeting the kid. Maybe if the relationship is serious enough, you end up helping your partner out with parenting, right? And some people, even if they love someone dearly, they don't want to parent a child that's not theirs. I'm one of those people. Doesn't matter how much I love you. That kid ain't mine. Listen, I'll buy some fruit snacks if he wants to get McDonald's. If I pick him up from school, get something, fine. But you know what? I'm not doing all of this. That's not my kid, right? Like, I'm sorry. I just find it interesting though that, going back, I'm digressing. I just find it interesting that people will essentially have children with a man who has multiple baby mamas as long as he has money. You've seen this with rappers. Hey, I don't even know why I'm picking out rappers, because I'm just saying they do it a lot though. A lot. All sorts of celebrity status. As long as you got the bag, some people don't care that you got like 35 other baby mamas. They'll push a baby out with you. If someone is rich enough, there'll always be someone willing to have a baby with them. Like, I just don't understand. Obviously, I wouldn't say I'm not understanding. Like, not all women are like that. But it does speak volumes about the power of wealth and status in shaping relationships. All that Chad talk, people, it does have a point here, people. Dating can be influenced by a status point for many people. You know what it is? In a situation like this, like having a child with a wealthy man seems more like a long-term investment rather than a guaranteed connection to the lifestyle of being in an active family household. Sure, like the Elon Musk example, who knows? I don't know her as a person. The female here, I don't know her. She might actually happily like to be home and take care of the kids. The thing about this is that when you are the only person taking care and raising a child, it's hard to create a family structure where both the mom and the dad have an emotional bond or connection with the child. Obviously, having a good emotional bond with the child as a parent is important, but for those who only have children with a wealthy man, I don't really think it's about parenthood anymore for y'all. Like, it's almost like To some people, money completely erases the usual concerns that attach to being parents. Every household, in my opinion, again, remember, I don't have kids, so I can't speak as a parent here. I'm just speaking from my observation, okay? In my opinion, I think every household should experience the drama, the divided attention, and the challenges of parenting with somebody. It's part of the experience of being a parent. But if you have kids by multiple women, now you're spreading that through multiple households. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have multiple baby dads, you're spreading that multiple, and that's not easy. But for some reason, some feel like that doesn't matter as long as the man in question has enough to provide. Yo, just because you have money and pay the bills, it doesn't mean you're a good father or mother. Let's also not pretend that this isn't something new, right? Because I've seen people, oh, this is just Western women and this is Gen millennials or whatever y'all, these terminologies, right? This is not a new thing, please. This has been happening since the oldest civilizations. Sometimes financial stability or status is valued more than a genuine connection with somebody. Listen, today though, let's talk about today. We're in a time period where financial security is harder to come by, especially considering how expensive everything has become. And it's really not moving with the economy as well, the price of things. So maybe some feel financial security by having a child with somebody is safer. I just feel like that's a terrible idea, though. That's the wrong reason to bring new life into this world. Just so you can have money or not work or put someone on child support when you don't have a genuine connection with them enough to genuinely want to co-parent with them. It's just not right. How is that fair to the kid? You know what I'm saying? And I've seen many make justifications for this. Well, like the Elon Musk example here. Well, if someone can afford having multiple kids, it's okay. Who cares? Well, although being wealthy does financially support all their children, meaning they have access to, I don't know, the best healthcare opportunities that money can get you, or even education, does all that money make up for the absence of a consistent father? To some, you may say so. But here's the thing. We've seen this story so many times. You know, some wealthy, rich kid was neglected by his family, and he turns out to be a psycho, or he has a lot of hate in him, or he hurts other people, or he's just plain insensitive. He has like no social skills because he's just born rich and his parents are always working and disappears home alone dealing with the maid all day. You know what I'm saying? Like this just shows how dangerous not having both your parents in your life can be, even if you're just missing one. And when that happens, people end up getting their lessons about being a man or a woman from the internet or from their environment. I'm blessed that I have both my parents, still to this day. But how many times in my videos have I expressed my frustration with my father? I had to learn from other people who acted as a father figure to me later in my life as a grown adult. I still have these people in my life too. You're never too old to learn or obtain wisdom from other people. Whether that person be older or not, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I wish my father taught me certain values and building myself up when I was younger. So as an adult, I wouldn't have to experience certain things I went through. And I'm sure it's hard to be a father, especially to someone like me, because I'm not perfect either. So I don't just blame him for my problems. But you know what? I can control my destiny later. So if I ever decide to have children, I'll be different. I'll do what I felt helped me, and the things that didn't help me, I'll approach it differently. But I can imagine, rather, I've observed numerous occasions where somebody doesn't have a father figure or a mother figure, right? The person who doesn't have a father figure or mother figure in their life growing up, or in any case, this individual ends up having a completely distorted or different understanding of relationships, family structure, and parental roles. They never saw or experienced the traditional family setup. Instead, a network of people who are low-key strangers to you in person or the internet end up being more of a brand of a dad than your father or mother. This applies to relationships too. You start dating some girl and you have no motherly figure in your life, you never had or you barely had one, you might be completely confused that you're experiencing the feminine side of human beings. It might be frustrating. You might think women brain stupid, but if you have zero experience with women because you had no motherly figure who was a guiding female presence in your life, I can see why it's difficult for you. It doesn't make you less of a person if you never had a consistent motherly or fatherly figure, because everyone has dealt with a different hand in life. All this really means is that the way you handle challenges in your life will be different. The real question is, how do you choose to deal with the gap of you missing the experience of a stable, consistent household? How do you deal with that? Sadly, this all means you have to put some extra effort in to learn about what others luckily absorbed naturally. Because again, people were dealt with different cards. So some people never question these things, though. They go through life reacting to situations based on what little they know, because they never had both parental figures. And they just end up in situations where they're in a repeated cycle without realizing it. They'll blame everyone else for not getting along with them. They hate people, even though like they're being hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You're the one who's hard to understand and difficult to work with. Like, how is it everyone else in the world's problem besides yours? But like, see, you're the common denominator here. But again, people don't want to question these things, though, right? At the end of the day, you don't get to choose the circumstances you were born into. Obviously, that's the case. But you do get the choice to decide moving forward what you want to do in the future. So like with the Elon Musk 14 child thing, again, I don't know them personally. I don't know Elon. I don't know this girl. It's just, look, y'all, it's important to think about what you're going to do if you plan to have children one day. You don't want to rob someone of having a great experience growing up because someone is only settling for you because you have money or status. And you don't want to rob someone of an experience because you and whoever you're dating can't control yourselves. It's not fair to the kid. It's just not fair. And hey, I know what some of y'all are thinking about not controlling yourselves. Trust me, sometimes someone gets pregnant and some people don't want to get rid of the baby. And now you're stuck. Not trying to push any political ideas on you. I'm just saying that is the case many times. You get what I'm alluding to. It could be for religious reasons, fair, political reasons, my body, my choice, right? All that stuff. Whatever. You could keep listing things, right? It's a cold world out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold world out there. Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's